We've got Lucy Wynne-Jones. All right, Lucy, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, Mufti.
Alaikum assalam. Lucy,
Okay.
you are a true insomniac or a vampire, just like the rest of us from the UK, the tiny few that manage to always be awake at these hours. And you always have that gaming. It's epic. It looks like you're really there just gaming away.
I
Living the
actually
best
spent
life.
my time coding while you were talking
Wow.
earlier,
Yeah, you
and
did mention.
yeah, and
Wow.
I was doing some command prompt things. I know, like, people might think that I'm about to break into the system and stuff because of command
Well,
prompt, which is like getting up the
wow.
terminal on a computer. So that's a bit about what I was
Okay.
doing. But yeah, I know,
Wow.
I did share with some of the volunteers earlier that we've got a WhatsApp group together that you introduced me
Oh,
to.
yes. Of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I know,
See,
like, I
this
shared with
is it.
them.
These are people we are in need of skill sets.
Yeah.
So like here, we've got coding, we've got software. Hopefully, we've got hacking. I don't know, but hopefully.
I'm not quite a
But out
hacker,
there,
but
if there's other people with skills as well, do reach out to us. Always, we are always in need. But yeah,
yeah,
so you're saying,
but yeah, I
Lucy.
know, like, I discovered a rather disturbing video about you on YouTube, and it was also
That's not a pleasant
it was
thing.
just a loopy conspiracy theory, and it was doing a loopy
Okay.
conspiracy theory about a mosque as well. In a nutshell, what it was doing was it was saying, like, oh, Mufti Abu Layth had a board with stars that looks like the Star of David behind him,
Had
and
a
they
what? I
started.
had a board. A
Yeah,
board.
yeah. I'll try to.
Okay.
I'm trying to see whether I can get up the video, or there was some background. I'll try. I'm trying to get. I'm just going
But
to the
sure,
WhatsApp
okay,
group.
no problem. I mean, just yeah. So I mean, you can just get to the what was the gist of it. That's fine. So they're
Yeah,
just
but
saying what I have
basically
the Star of
trying
David
to,
or
because
something.
it didn't
Oh,
say you had the
satanic, or
literal.
was it saying satanic something? Was that the?
No, it was saying something equally silly. But anyway, I'm just getting up the video. So yeah, I'm just showing. So yeah, this. Okay, I'm trying to zoom in, but yeah, it basic. Oh, I think I'll need to go back a bit.
But
So
that's fine. I mean, sure. No,
yeah,
don't
yeah,
sweat it. What's
yeah.
the?
It has. Oh, it's a bit difficult to see here,
I
but
mean, I can see, I can kind of get a gist of there's something. It looks a bit kind of ominous, I guess. So okay,
yeah,
but
it's a bit
what's?
difficult to
Yeah,
do if I'm not screen sharing the video. But what it did is it
yeah.
said this about a mosque that's near me as well, that I've visited
Okay.
occasionally, and it was saying that it called you the Z word. So I was telling the volunteers, oh, does Mufti want to
What's
sue
this?
this person who put this? Oh, Z word, Zionist. I prefer to
Oh,
use the
sorry.
term.
Okay.
I prefer not to say it
Okay.
explicitly
Sure.
because. But yeah, I just know, like, I was thinking
That
Mufti's.
would I like to
Mufti's
sue them?
Yeah, like you
Is that the
sued a
question?
newspaper who called you that word.
No, I
Called you
didn't sue, but I got an apology from them. It wasn't, to be fair, the paper wasn't, the paper were actually very good initially, but you had surprisingly, you see, this is it. It was actually allegedly a kind of, I think, a Muslim journalist who did a second article for the same paper. I think it was The Sun. And
Mhm.
he in it kind of portrayed me in all this kind of like using these. I mean, he didn't say it in that sense, he wouldn't say that, but he was kind of alluding to all these things. So we obviously then got in touch with the papers, and then they did kind of apologize in their way. They have to obviously be careful how they apologize because they're worried they're going to have to pay out money, and they made it clear that it shouldn't have happened, and they immediately had it removed. So which was fine. I mean, that is enough. And basically, he must have got a bollocking for it, and
Yeah, I know, like, I
that's
did
it.
try
Yeah.
to report the video to YouTube, but I don't think YouTube's taken the video down. But it is by a conspiracy theorist nutter that was calling even a mosque near me that had similar patterns with
Sure.
6-pointed stars. It's not literally the Star of David or the Star of Ramfine according to others, but I know, like, it's just basically it's a 6-pointed
I mean,
star.
you know what, Lucy, what I would say is, look, seriously, and I genuinely say this, that look, people, if people want to kind of wallow in their thoughts and negativity, let them. Life, keep your focus always. We should keep our focus straight ahead and
Hmm.
a person, on our own destination, not be kind of, bothered in the slightest with people that are just want to share negativity. That's cool. If a person wants to share negativity, it's cool. It's their choice, it's their life. And the problem is it makes them feel more miserable by the end of it, because it doesn't
Yeah,
make
yeah.
me feel any miserable. It doesn't make anybody else. I mean, if I was to, let's say, a person, I actually feel sorry in a way, like for people
Hmm.
who spend hours and hours doing things. It doesn't have to be about me. This could be, let's say, about anyone. If somebody is spending hours of their time
Hmm.
investing it in negative in just toxicity, like I want to, I'm just like that's a lot of hurt going
Yeah,
on to their own
I
soul.
knew somebody in my personal life who all they would do, I know, like, we had a massive falling out, and it's probably good riddance to them, but we
Okay.
I know, like, she would endlessly smack talk the West and stuff, and it's just like she'd go like, "Oh, Muslims are so persecuted," and would say, and I know, like, she did experience racism growing up, poor thing,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
why she
Mhm.
came out with
Probably
those
right.
sorts of bizarre statements. But it's just like, I noticed, like, it didn't make her any happier, so she
Yeah.
did have this toxic
I think the
negativity.
important thing is that, look, people, it is true, like, obviously, especially because I'd be older than you and I'd be older than perhaps a few people watching this, quite a few. So when I was growing up, we did experience racism, and we did, obviously, these things have happened and they still do exist. They haven't disappeared. And there is a lot of persecution. And to be fair, the Muslim world is suffering immensely. And this is part of the reason why religion is kind of often in a rut there. Like
Mhm.
sometimes you get extremists and things like this, is because part of it is because of all this kind of enmity and the suffering. Like, you could take Iraq as an example, and then the creation of ISIS. Now, so these things are true, but at the same time, you see, and this is why it's important. Like today, we had that story of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the snapshot from Sirah. You see, to take this, that despite all the suffering, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam often, when seen or found, was found smiling. See
Sallallahu
now, what
alaihi wasallam.
that is a character, because that is a personality to kind of to aspire to. Because you see, yes, bad things are happening, but
Hmm.
if we just kind of wallow in this kind of despairing kind of misery, like, we just feel even worse. Like, it doesn't. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, one, we don't change anything. Like, I could say I want racism to end today worldwide. It isn't going to end just by me wanting it. But yes, if, let's say, I run a company, yes, there I could enforce certain kind of rules and make sure there's equal opportunities and do stuff. But in the world, there's no point. I've got a million reasons to be grateful.
Yeah.
Somebody, I shared a thing today. Somebody said to me, this was a question, and then, what, then we'll wrap this because we have gone on. Somebody sent me a question today, and he said, Mufti, I shared it on my Insta story and on my yeah. So
Hmm.
he said that, Mufti, people ask me often, are you how you doing? Like, I'll meet someone, they say, hey, how are you? And he says, and I'll say, I'm fine, but really I'm not fine. He said,
Hmm.
like, life, it's whatever, it's crap or whatever's going on. He said, really, I'm not fine. So when I say to people, they say to me, hey, how are you? I say, I'm fine. He says, oh, technically, I'm lying. So am I sinning? He asked me a question. And I think, you know what? It's a genuine question. The person is, I commend him for being that conscientious of it. I said to him, no, you're not. And I said, and that's because you are fine. In fact, I said, you are fantastic.
Hmm.
That I said that if you compare yourself to somebody in a hospital bed near you, wherever you are,
Hmm.
grappling for a breath of life, you
Hmm.
are infinitely fantastic compared to that person. So
Hmm.
I said that, think of this. be grateful to God and smile. You know, may Allah keep everyone smiling, because this is the thing that, look, I tell you, look, it's being upset and negative when bad things are happening to you is easy. It's the default thing to do. If life gets tough, to become miserable, become despondent, this is easy. But smiling in the face of adversity, this is true leadership. This is something,
I know, like, one of my friends, she's got arthritis and can't squirt ketchup because she can't move her hands like I can, and I'm just demonstrating at the moment. And I know, like, I was just shocked when she would ask help for that, because but I know, like, there's other people who have severe mental handicap conditions that means they can't speak.
Make it easy for everyone. Look, there is, you know, a good book I would recommend I can't recommend it enough for anyone listening to this. Read Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, because it is not a big book, and he kind of comes out of the concentration camps and he goes on to America. He's a psychologist. He sets up his own school within psychology, but he explains in that book, it's called Man's Search for Meaning. It is epic. If you ever find yourself kind of like, I'm on a downer and I need like an objective view, I need somebody to just, you know, give me some insight, that is a book. Well, Lucy, we'll have to wrap this up because we've gone on for so long. And I need to be wrapping up. I've just got one more person. Quickly, I'll get a greet in and then we'll wrap this up. But it's been epic, Lucy. Shukran, and shukran for your support as well, and Mechanism. Much appreciated. We'll see what kind of software assistance and hacking
I can't quite hack into computers yet. I'm more of a website expert, and I am currently learning mobile app development. So those are a few things.
You know what? Maybe we should get an app made. You know, I should actually at some point get an app made.
Yeah. Anyway, I know, like, I'll let the other person come. So.
Look at Lucy just completely dismissing that. She goes, yeah. Anyway.
No, I'm
joking. So, okay, cool. We'll catch up, Lucy. Much appreciated. Take care. Stay blessed. Have an awesome evening and night, wherever you are. Assalamu alaikum. People, Lucy Wynne-Jones, epic guest as always. Right.